Pace work to be completed. English Pace RR02, page 27. Ali Elephant on the elevator. Listen carefully. Ali Elephant had been invited to go on an errand with their elderly elephant neighbor, Mrs. Eleanor Ackerley. Mrs. Eleanor Ackerley, a kind elderly elephant, was a special friend to Ali Elephant. Today, Ali Elephant was going to go with Mrs. Eleanor Ackerley to visit a new elephant family down the street. Ali Elephant mother put a cheery card on an envelope for Ali Elephant to give to the new elephant family. The cheery card said, "We're happy you're here." Just then, a knock came on the closed door. Mother Elephant opened the door. There was Mrs. Eleanor Ackerley ready to go on the errand. "Good morning," greeted Mother Elephant with enthusiasm. She was so glad to see Mrs. Eleanor Ackerley. "Evidently you are taking eggs to our new neighbors. I see the nice fresh eggs in your little basket." "Yes," answered Mrs. Eleanor Ackerley, "and I see you have an envelope already." "Eggs and envelope are ready to go," echoed Ellie Elephant. "How many eggs do you have in your basket, Mrs. Eleanor Ackerley?" "Count them, dear little friend," invited Mrs. Eleanor Ackerley. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 nice big eggs in your baskets. Mrs. Eleanor Ackerley smiled at Ellie Elephant and exclaimed, "That is exactly why I must carry them so ever carefully." As the two special friends went on their exciting errand together, Ellie Elephant was a good helper. She opened and closed doors and gates for Mrs. Eleanor Ackerley. Ellie Elephant was excited as she pushed the button for the elevator in the building where the new family lived. The elevator door opened, and the two friends entered. Ellie Elephant put her hands under Mrs. Eleanor Ackerley's elbow to help her enter the elevator ever so safely. Then, Ellie Elephant pushed the button that had number 10 on it. The elevator door closed. The elevator lifted them up to the 10th floor. Then, Ellie Elephant helped Mrs. Eleanor Ackerley exit safely. Later, when Mrs. Eleanor Ackerley brought Ellie Elephant back home after their exciting errand, she told Mother Elephant, "Ellie Elephant is a good girl. She is an excellent example to every little elephant." Look at the picture. Count the eggs in Mrs. Eleanor Ackerley's basket. Exactly how many eggs did Mrs. Eleanor Ackerley have altogether? What was the number of the floor where the elevator stopped? Now, slide the elevator door into the slit in the pace page. Slide the elevator door closed and slide the elevator door open. With your purple crayon, circle all the things in the picture that begin with the "ah" sound. Pace work to be completed. Science Pace RR02, page 14 until 15. Page 14. Wind. Listen carefully. Of what does this remind you? That's right, wind. Wind is moving air. Who made the wind? Can you feel wind? Yes, we can feel the wind blowing. Sometimes we feel it blowing softly. Other times we feel it blowing much harder. What do we call it when wind is blowing very, very hard? Yes, it's a windstorm. Can you hear the wind? Yes, sometimes we can hear the wind too. Sometimes the wind is blowing so softly that we may feel it but not hear it. Other times, like during a windstorm, we can really hear the wind blowing. Someone may say the wind is whistling around the house. Can you see the wind? No, we cannot see the wind, but we can see what the wind does. God made wind to do many things for us. Wind can be very strong. We often use the power of wind to make things work for us. Look at the picture. Does the windmill use the power of wind to make it work for us? Does the car use the power of wind to make it work for us? Does the propeller use the power of wind to make it work for us? Does the flag use the power of wind to make it work for us? Does the bicycle use the power of wind to make it work for us? Does the air balloon use the power of wind to make it work for us? Does the kite use the power of wind to make it work for us? Does the clothesline use the power of wind to make it work for us? Does the sail use the power of wind to make it work for us? Using your purple marker, draw a circle around each object that does use wind power to make it work for us. Page 15. Weather and clothing. Listen carefully. We have learned that God plans a special kind of weather for each new day. Many days are sunny and warm. Sometimes we also have colder kinds of weather. Some days are rainy and wet. Some days are snowy and cold. Many days are also windy. Any day that is sunny, rainy, or snowy may be windy too. Boys and girls and fathers and mothers need to wear special kind of clothing for each special kind of weather. What kind of clothing do we need to use when it's raining? Yes, we need raincoat, rain boots, and umbrella. Now, what kind of clothing do we wear when it is sunny and warm? We need cool play clothes, lightweight fabrics, and sun hat. What kind of clothing do we use when it is snowing? Yes, a heavy coat, mittens, snow boots, hat, scarf. With your finger, trace a line from each kind of weather to the right kind of clothing needed for that day. With your purple marker, draw the correct lines to match the weather and the clothing. Pace work to be completed. Social Studies Pace RR02, page 29 until 30. Page 29. Button count. Listen carefully. AC is helping Mama pack some clothing in a suitcase. AC is going to visit Grandpa and Grandma Virtuation on the farm. Mama asked AC to be sure all the buttons on his purple shirt are buttoned. After all the buttons are buttoned, Mama will neatly fold the purple shirt for the suitcase. Now think. Count the buttons on the shirt. How many buttons are there all together? How many buttons are already buttoned? How many buttons does AC still need to button? With your purple marker, draw a circle around the button and buttonhole that is need to be buttoned. With your purple crayon, color the shirt. Page 30. Zippers. Listen carefully. We have learned that boys and girls and fathers and mothers need to wear special kinds of clothing for each special kind of weather. Look, is this boy dressed to go out on a warm sunny day? Is this boy dressed to go out on a wet rainy day? Is this boy dressed to go out on a cold snowy day? What does this boy wear to go out on a cold snowy day? This boy's snowsuit keeps the cold air and wet snow out, so his body will stay warm. Does the snowsuit have buttons? Does the snowsuit have snaps? Does the snowsuit have lace and ties? Does the snowsuit have buckles? What kind of fasteners does this snowsuit have? Count the zipper you see in this picture. How many zippers do you see altogether? With your purple crayon, color each zipper in the picture.